Hey, my YouTube fam. It is finally here. We are decorating for Christmas, y'all. I am so excited to be finally decorating for Christmas. I have been talking about this for I don't know how long, probably since I got in this house. But anyway, let's get right to it. So I just wanted my first video to be for the holiday season, decorating my tree, because I think the tree, especially the main tree, if you do multiple trees in your home, it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the house. So I feel like once I get this tree completed and you guys see what it looks like, then you'll be able to kind of get a feel for the rest of the decor that'll be going throughout the home. So of course, the theme for me this year is the North Pole. So of course my colors are red, black, green, white, and hints of gold. And I really think that I was able to pull off a tree design that even Santa would be proud of. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do is I like to create my own topper. I do have an additional tree in my home that has a topper that's already made, but on my main trees, I just love the way the look of picks at the top look on top of a tree. Now I will say that when I finished the tree, that I did really feel like I could use some more of the red picks, because I'm going to be using red, black, and white picks to create my topper. So I had enough of the white and the black, but I really feel like I could have used some more red picks. So if I do get a chance to stop back by Hobby Lobby, even though the chances of me finding more red picks like this are going to be slim to none, I'm going to grab some extra ones. But if not, this will just have to do for this year. But I love the way the top of the tree came out, but of course I would have liked to been able to get some more red ones at the top, but it's fine. So now I'm going in with the white picks, and I typically don't have to take a twist tie or anything. This is my first year decorating this tree. This tree was given to me by a friend, and I'm gonna tell you, I appreciate her for giving me this tree, but I'm gonna have me a different tree next time. This tree was a little bit harder to work with because the branches were not as bendable, but I was still able to get the picks to go straight down into the tree without them falling over. So fun tip, you guys, I have actually never worked or had a tree this tall before in my home. So I was a little I'm not gonna say intimidating, because this is a 9-foot tree, but it's one thing to get up there and like change your curtains out, but to actually have to get up at the top of the tree and stay up there, yeah, this was definitely my first year doing that, and I was able to jump on up there with no problem. But y'all, your girl was a little scared up there on the top of the tree. But yes, this is actually my first time decorating a 9-foot tree, and I actually overbought ornaments, but I'm one of those people, I am a front decorator, so I love really full over the top, like glammed out trees. And I don't know, I was telling somebody else, I think that may be like a southern thing almost, because just like our church has, baby, go big or go home. But I love to have really full trees. So since I'm the type of person, I like full trees, this one is in the corner, so luckily I only had to do the front and not the back. So that did make it a little bit easier for me. But getting on top of that ladder and staying up there, whew, that was a little scary. Okay, Okay, you guys, so after the picks for me comes ribbon. So I was super excited to put this ribbon on that I purchased from Walmart. Both of my ribbons that I'm going to be using came from Walmart, and then I did have one that came from Hobby Lobby, the black ribbon. But this ribbon was absolutely beautiful. So anytime I do ribbons on a tree, I like to do two different types of methods of ribboning, just so it'll give it a little bit of interest to it. So with the green ribbon, I looped it like I was getting ready to make one bow, as you see me doing here, and then I just took it and I looped it down, but I only did one bow loop, and then I looped the green ribbon down. Now the ribbon itself was a little on the stiff side, I will say that, I think because of the embroidery. So it took me a couple of tries to actually figure out what was the best way to get this to attach to the tree. Sometimes, you know, certain types of ribbon just require a little bit more manipulation, but when I got it figured out, it was pretty much easy putting on the rest of the ribbon throughout the tree. I did use a piece of floral wire that I had in my apron for a couple of the pieces of ribbon, especially when doing the bow, because the branches on the tree wouldn't hold my bow loop. But it held the other loops that I was doing when I was looping it down. So for the bow loop for the green ribbon, I did have to use a couple pieces of floral wire to get that to stay, and then I was able to attach it to the tree, kind of like pushing it in and bending the branch down just a little bit, excuse me, and then looping that green ribbon straight down, and then I would just give it a cut at the bottom and then at the top, just to give it a more uniform look. But I absolutely love the way the green ribbon went on the tree. So you guys, I have definitely taken notice of the new trend as far as ribboning goes. I've seen where people are kind of like tying it on the end of the branches instead of doing the traditional loops like I'm doing. So what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer tying your ribbon on the end of your branches, or do you prefer like the fuller look like I'm doing? I still personally like the more classic look of the large ribbon with the loops. I just think it just looks, you know, really, really Christmassy to me. But I do love how the other trend looks as well. But I definitely think this is more of my style. So what do you guys think? All right, so here is an overview of what the green ribbon looks like on the tree and the places that I have decided to put it. I absolutely love this green ribbon. I honestly feel like it could rival any D. Stevens ribbon any day, but that's just my thinking. Okay, so the ribbon that I'm using now is going to be that Hobby Lobby ribbon and some more of that Walmart ribbon. Now with this particular ribbon technique, I am just doing 3 loops, almost like ribbon candy, and I'm gonna take a garland tie and I'm gonna twist tie that around the bottom of those loops, and it's almost gonna turn into like a pick. So literally all I'm gonna do is take that ribbon pick that I just made, if that's what you want to call it, and I'm just gonna stick those in the tree in different places. This is probably one of the most easiest ribbon tick tricks that you can put into your tree, because it doesn't take a whole lot, and then you can actually do this before you put it on the tree and then just stick those directly in the tree wherever you want them. These are a great way to fill in and take up space, and with these particular loops, because I do have such a large tree, I did my loops really big, but you can also do your loops smaller as well based on your tree size. But I absolutely love the ribbon, and I love how these loops turned out. So here is all the ribbon that I have put on the tree. It's beautiful. I absolutely love this ribbon. And then another thing that you can do after you've added your ribbon is just kind of go back and fluff those bows and those loops out just a little bit more to give your tree an extra pop and definitely give it a designer look. But I love the way the ribbon turned out on the tree. It's beautiful. All right, you guys, so we've got more picks. That's right, more picks. So now is the part of my tree decorating where I actually go in and I add my picks. So I picked out 3 different style of picks, and how you pick your picks that go in the top of your tree versus the picks that go throughout your tree is different. The picks that go on the top of the tree, when I pick my picks out, I want something 3 that are going to be different for both the top and the middle, and then I want the ones that go at the top to give me volume, because I want to be able to shape the top of the tree. I need height, so I'm gonna pick taller stems to go in the top of the tree, and then right around the bottom of it I want to pick something that's going to be a good balance between the actual topper and flowing into the tree. So that's gonna be like a smaller pick. Now my picks that go on the inside of the tree, I want them to take up space, meaning that I want them to put in, fill out gaps that might be throughout the tree. I want them to be able to draw the eye to certain parts of the tree. So I want particular picks to go on the outside of the tree. And then I want something to add contrast. So the picks that I'm using, these white and gold picks, these kind of like leaf picks, I picked those picks to be kind of like my filler picks, something large enough to take up space. And I take those picks and I just kind of bend them down, because with your picks going into your tree, you definitely want to use something that's going to be able to bend, so that way you can shape those picks. So I just take the longer picks that are going in the tree and I bend those downward, and they were perfect for filling in gaps in sparse places in the tree, because again, this is a older tree. So these worked out perfectly. so next, you guys, I am going in with this red pick, and that's going to be my pick that's going to kind of draw the eye to the tree in certain places. So this pick, it's like a spiky pick, and I'm mainly placing that pick along the outer edges of the tree and then down the center. Just really something to add some more contrast to the tree, and it's going to draw your eye to certain places, and I absolutely love that. And last but not least, this pretty gold, like curly pick that I got from Michael's. Now, this is where I end for the first night. It actually took me 2 nights to film the tree video because it was 9:30 about this time. Baby girl was a little fussy. I did go ahead and start adding some ornaments that night, but here I am the next day, and today I'm adding all of the fun ornaments. So here is just an overview of all of the ornaments that are going on the tree. I love the detail in all of these ornaments. These ornaments came from places like Michael's. A lot of them came from Kirkland's, and some came from Hobby Lobby. That Candy Cane Lane sign also came from Hobby Lobby. Absolutely loved it. So if Santa had a name of a street that he lived on, I'm sure it would definitely be Candy Cane Lane. But I used floral wire to attach that sign. That sign had like some little hooks on the back. So I just took some floral wire and wrapped it around there, and then wrapped it around branches, and I was able to get that to stay. And I will tell you guys, I actually prefer using floral wire to attach my ornaments versus using the ornament hooks. You actually get a better hold on the ornaments to your branches using floral wire, in my opinion. I just take a little bit of floral wire and cut it, and I loop it through the top of that ornament, and then I take that floral wire and I wrap it really good around the branches. That way it makes it a little bit more secure as well. If you have a little person that tries to come and pull the ornament off the tree, they would really have to give it a really good pull to get it to come off with that floral wire versus just having it hanging on that regular string that it comes with. So I love using the floral wire, and then it makes it it camouflages it a little bit better versus using just the silver hook that it comes with, or using a ribbon. It just makes it a little bit more harder to see, and I love that. hanging ornaments is take your arm and stick it way back in those branches in certain parts and stick some ornaments back there. You would actually be surprised how much the eye sees, you know, past just the front part of the tree. And then that way, that kind of gives it a little peekaboo effect. And it just adds more color and contrast to the tree. So definitely take your arm and stick it in those branches and stick those ornaments, some of those ornaments farther back towards the back in the center of the tree to give it some more interest and some more contrast. When I did my tree, I thought that I was done, but you guys, I have since added more ornaments to the side of the tree, but the tree was kind of, I'm gonna be honest with you, rotating a little bit. So when it's at a certain position, you see more of the back of it than you're supposed to see because something is going on with the center of it, so it does kind of move. But I did go back and add some more ornaments to the sides of the trees, so that way if it moves any more before I can catch it, then you still won't be able to see that it's nothing on the back side of it. But I did go ahead and add some more ornaments to the side of the tree. Alright, you guys, so that brings us to the end of this week's video. What do you think about the tree? I honestly think that Santa would approve of this North Pole inspired Christmas tree himself. I absolutely love the way that this tree turned out. Everything was perfect. What was your favorite part about this tree? Did you have a favorite part of this tree or a favorite ornament? There are a couple of ornaments that I am gonna have to find because they were some ornaments that I made and I really want to add them onto the tree. So once I do the home tour, you'll be able to see anything that I add at the end. But you guys, don't forget, there are 2 more videos coming next week. We're gonna be decorating other rooms in my house. Videos are gonna be dropping for the holidays on Wednesdays and Fridays, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next week.